Hey everyone, Jessica with Eagle Creek here, and it is time for another episode of How to Pack. And today we're going to be looking at how to pack a carry-on for 2 whole weeks. Now, I know you're probably watching this video because you're headed out on a big trip and you're a little overwhelmed because you don't know how in the world you're going to pack everything you need in a carry-on. Well, don't worry, I'm here to help. Now, I recently went on a trip to Huatulco, Mexico, and then Mexico City. And for that trip, I chose this beauty. This is the Tarmac Carry-On by Eagle Creek. Okay, so before you start packing, it's important to think about not only where you're going, but also what are the activities you'll be doing while you're there. So for example, I knew that I was gonna be walking around exploring the city a lot, but also that I was gonna check out the local beach, I was gonna hike some pyramids, check out my first luchadores match, which was fantastic, and then also see a show at Bellas Artes. Now, thinking through the types of things that you'll be doing will help you to identify the types of outfits that you want. And then by laying everything out on your bed, you'll be able to see some overlap. And then you can begin to edit kind of what you're bringing so that you only bring what you need. Because let's face it, the hardest thing to do when packing for a 2-week trip is to leave stuff behind. Remember, laundry is always an option. You can easily pick up some detergent at the local store. You can do laundry in your sink. You can do it at the local laundromat, or you can send it out for laundry service at your hotel. It's better to do laundry on the road than to overpack. So let's talk about what I just did, starting with pants. I would recommend only bringing 2 pairs if possible. So here I have a pair of black jeans, and then leggings are also great to travel with because they're super comfortable and they take up less space than jeans. Now, if you really want another pair, go ahead and just wear those on the plane. And then I've also packed some shorts because again, I'm going to the beach. All right, so tops. These guys you can maybe splurge on just a little bit because they take up a lot less space than jeans. That said, I'd still recommend bringing shirts that have more neutrals in them, and also bringing scarves and or jewelry and accessories to go ahead and just add a little pop and flair and have some fun. Okay, so next, let's talk about shoes, because shoes are kind of a big deal. When you pack your shoes, definitely think about what's going to be comfortable to walk in. And I would say at the most bring 3 pairs and then wear your biggest pair on the plane. All right, so next let's talk about undies. So for a 2-week trip, I'd go ahead and bring about 12 pairs because remember, you can always wash your underwear in the sink. And then bras, at most you're probably going to want 2 pairs, so go ahead and stash the one in your bag and you're probably going to be wearing the other one. And then in terms of socks, if you've got a lot of slip-ons, you don't need a ton of socks. I'm gonna bring some boots, so I've chosen to bring my little short socks because they just save space. And lastly, don't forget your PJs. Okay, so this is everything that you're going to bring. Let's talk about what not to bring. First piece being the hair dryer. So this is full size, you can get a mini. Either way, don't bring either one because they have them for you at a hotel, and most Airbnbs these days totally also provide them. Okay, next, we've got shampoos, conditioners, lotion, body wash. All this stuff is gonna be provided by your hotel, and again, most Airbnbs, so I know it doesn't look like a lot, but when you're trying to fit everything into your 3-1-1 pouch, these are items that you can definitely leave at home. All right, last thing, ladies, I know we love our bedtime and morning routines, but you really don't need all the stuff you probably have at home in terms of face creams. And you're traveling, so you're supposed to be editing what you're bringing to fit in this 3-1-1 pouch. And then keep your non-liquids, like all your makeup, brushes, eyeshadows, powder, brush, in a separate toiletry kit. All right, guys, so this is all great stuff. This is everything that I'm gonna bring with me for 2 weeks to Mexico. All right, let's start packing with Eagle Creek's Packet Folder. The folder is going to help me keep all of my outfits together and wrinkle-free. So there you have it. You've got your 5 tops and 3 bottoms all packed nice and tight in the packet folder. So next I'm gonna pack the rest of my stuff up in some packet cubes. I've got 2 size smalls here and 2 different colors so that I can quickly see what's inside each of them. Lastly, I've got my jewelry already in this little circlet. I'm gonna set these aside because these are gonna go in my personal item, my toiletry kit, and then shoes. For those, I've got a shoe sack. The shoe sack is fantastic because it keeps all the dirt that gets on the bottom of your shoes from getting on your nice clean clothes inside of your bag. All right, guys, we have successfully packed everything on this bed into these 7 organizers. So we are gonna be traveling light for 2 full weeks. Let's pack it all up. Okay, so the tarmac is pretty awesome because it's got this cool door panel, which perfectly fits the medium folder. And then you've got this nice big space on the other side to pack your shoes on the bottom of the bag, all the weight on the bottom. 2 cubes, toiletries, jewelry, and you've still got all this space to bring home goodies. You may notice I still have my 3-in-1s out here. That's because these are gonna go into my personal item. Other things I put in my backpack: a cube with comfy blanket and earplugs, my iPad and earphones, a book, snacks, water bottle, and sunglasses. And there you have it. My personal item is now packed for the plane, and my carry-on has 2 weeks of clothes in it. And that's it. Hope that helps, and happy travels.